I'm Laura.
I'm Madison.
And welcome to our channel. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, we are in a very exciting time of our life and
we're trying to have a baby.
Yes, we're gonna have a baby here real soon. So we know that we've kind of like hinted towards this a lot over the last probably like 6 months. Since after we like went on our 1-year anniversary trip to Europe, we like, this has been on the forefront.
Laura's wanted a kid for probably 2 years now, so.
I would say like 4. We just wanted to do a little recap thing of what we've done so far and kind of like our process of what we're doing. So obviously we can't really have kids naturally.
We're lacking in that area, in one area.
It's okay, babe. So we have decided to obviously use a sperm donor and we are going to do IUI. If IUI doesn't work, then we'll go down the IVF.
That's our first route. That's what we're gonna try first and see how that goes, and then if we can't, then we'll consider other options.
Right. That was so smart.
Well spoken?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That being said, like I really want to carry, so I'm carrying the first time, so there wasn't really a reason to do the reciprocal IVF because I really want to pass on my genes and we'll worry about our next kid once we have one. Let's work on one first because man, it is effing expensive.
We're dealt a specific hand and we're doing the best that we can to
deal with it.
Yeah.
And either way, we want this to happen so badly, so like we're gonna, it's money is no object, but you know, like money we don't have that much of, but we are putting everything we have towards this process and making it happen. A little backstory on what we've done so far. In December, I actually reached out to this clinic where we live and they didn't have an opening until May. So that was kind of like a high shock, but then I heard really great things about this one like an hour away, and on their website it says that they do like LGBT family planning, and like that is really big to me because they are actually like acknowledging us, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, yeah, like, cause I emailed actually the other one, I said, do you work with like lesbian couples? They're like, yeah, we do it all the time. I'm like, then why don't you put anything like a pride flag on your website or like something that's welcoming. Yeah. So we went to this one for a consult and the doctor is super cool. Like I'm pretty happy with our decision.
We really like him.
When I was there, I got my first ultrasound like the first day. Yeah, everything looked fine and I got some blood work done, and then I went back at the beginning of this year and got an HSG, which is the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
I wasn't able to go with her, so I felt really bad because
yeah, my sister was there and I just walked out in the lobby and I was just like and like started crying, and she was like and like grabbed all my stuff and like walked me outside. It was like, thank God someone was there with me.
I was super happy that she was there.
I wouldn't have been able to drive home honestly because I was like I was crying uncontrollably and like screaming because I was in so much pain for a good like hour after.
I'm sorry.
So if you don't know what that is, HSG, I'll put like right here what the full name of it is. It's like Madison's had bronchitis for like a month and a half. That's why we haven't filmed any videos, and she finally got antibiotics. So HSG is whatever this word is here, hysterosonogram. I think it's something like that.
Wow,
thank you. Pretty much.
I mean,
they like stick a speculum in you, open you up, stick a balloon in you, stick a catheter in you, and like insert dye so they can see like the x-rays of the fallopian tubes. That was really expensive and hurt, so that like hurt my soul in all ways. So then the last thing, there was kind of like a few steps we had to do. We had to do all the lab work, the ultrasound, the HSG, and then we also had to meet with the counselor, and that's just a requirement, I think, in the state of Colorado for anyone who's receiving like a tissue, like donated tissue matter, I think is how they word it. And it's just, it's not like a, are you fit to be parents, or like, you know, it's not a yes, no, it's not, you know, we're not in any, what's that word? They're not judging us.
Yeah, it's not saying that we need therapy, it's more that they require it so that we know what we're getting into and that all of our questions can get answered. It
was actually really cool though, because she gave us all these really cool resources for like books and like the donor sibling registry, which is really like a really cool thing that other people don't really have a chance to be a part of it, since we're going through donor sperm, you know. That went really well, and she was so cool, and it was kind of like those conversations that we had with each other that we never really like externalized, where you know, it's like, well, how are you gonna like tell your kids really about how they were conceived? And it was kind of those conversations of, as long as we educate our kids, then they will not be made to look ignorant in school or like be made fun of or anything, as long as we give them all the information. So then we went back like a week ago, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
We went back 2 weeks ago for our consult, like after we got all of that work done, and
said we're good to go.
yeah. And we were sitting in the room and like they have really bad insulation in their walls. So I'm like listening to him tell this other couple in the room behind us, like, it's not looking good and they might have to go IVF and they'll try IUI, but it might be more expensive and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I was having a panic attack in the room.
She also has really good hearing because I didn't hear any of that.
So I was like pretty nervous, and he walks in, he's like, all right, are you guys ready to have a kid? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, can we? He's like, yeah,
everything's fine. So there was one issue on my HSG, one of my fallopian tubes didn't open, but he said since it hurt me so bad that maybe my body just like cramped up and like freaked out and wouldn't let the dye travel that way. But he also said, hopefully the egg comes out of the other fallopian tube first.
Long story short, everything is good to go. We just haven't decided on a donor yet.
Yeah, I'm very picky as a human. I'm very bad at making decisions, and we haven't narrowed, we have like one where we're pretty much like, it's in the cart and we want to press purchase and we want to do it. But like,
I delay decisions. You know, if I don't have to make a decision right now, then I won't.
And we pretty much need to. So the next step, well, obviously that, but then once we have that chosen, like the first day of my next cycle, we're like starting the process. I got, hold on, let me grab a couple.
What kind of goodies you got there?
These are the prenatals I've been taking, and they're gummies, and then I've been taking some folic acid, which is really great. And this is just because I also have like a blood disorder, so I really need this in life in general. One other thing that we didn't talk about that was like an issue, which is crazy that we forgot about that, but I have like a severe vitamin D deficiency. Like normal is anywhere from 50 to 70.
And max is 100.
And like low is considered below 30, and mine's 19. Yikes. So I
kind of need that to produce a baby.
Yeah, they said that it's like actually one of the vitamins that like is the most
vital for
fertility, honestly, because it helps you create the embryo and then also like build like the healthiest baby you can in there.
Yeah.
So I have been taking 50,000 IU once a week, and I will do that for 8 weeks. And then after that, I'll take a daily for another 8 weeks,
okay, I honestly was a little worried about 50,000 IUs a week because I saw that 4,000 is the maximum dosage per day. But we talked to our doctor and he's like, yeah, you need this. You got pretty low. And
pretty much they do it so you are like you're like storing the excess so that your body can use it when it needs it. I don't know. As far as other like supplements, I am using this to do a little plug, but I am now a sponsored Phoenix Fit athlete. So this is the protein that I use, and it is a cricket protein blend, and it is blueberry muffin flavored, and it's awesome because crickets are like super sustainable, and it's dairy free, gluten free, all of that. And yeah, I just think it's like really cool to use something that we have excess of rather than like whey or like beef protein or like something like that.
And we haven't really been eating dairy lately, and this has more calcium than milk, which is awesome because since she hasn't had any vitamin D, her muscles haven't had, or her bones haven't had any calcium. So
yeah, so when you don't have vitamin D, you cannot process calcium normally, right? Is that what the word is? I've also been taking this Phoenix Fit krill oil, and this is better than fish oil, and I'll link below to the Instagram post that Phoenix Fit posted about it, but it doesn't have like the fishy taste of fish oil, and it does the really good things for your joints, inflammation, all of that.
It's a really good anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatory.
So speaking of not natural, I've actually been asked this a lot, of if I'm doing like a natural or medicated cycle. I will not be doing a natural cycle, which sounds so weird. So on day 1 of my period, which should be like this week, I start taking letrozole or Femara. It's the whatever I'm taking the generic of it, for 5 days, and then after, like 10 days after my period, I go in for my first ultrasound, then I come back 2 days after for the insemination. It's like, it's legit happening. What?
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous, speechless, where I want this to happen, but I mean, it's pretty big, you know?
It's such a big deal, and I'm like, part of me, I mean, I really want it to happen this first time, but with like my vitamin D and with the HSG, like fallopian tube thing, I mean, I'm not gonna be super disappointed if it doesn't happen this first one, because we'll just try again, We're getting 4 vials.
That's common, that it doesn't happen on the first try.
So, oh, I forgot to say also, at like 2 days before I come in for my ultrasound, I have to do an injection to make sure that my egg, that I actually ovulate on that exact day when I come in to do the insemination. So all I hear is cha-ching! We're really excited. It's just, I don't know. It's really fun to think about like actually telling people we're pregnant, because right now we're like, yeah, we're telling people that we're trying to get pregnant, but really all, like we've told our family obviously, and then like I've told a couple of my coworkers, then we have a couple, and then we've told like 2 or 3 people, right?
Yeah, we can't wait till it is actually happening so that we can talk about it more.
Like I can't wait to tell my family and all our friends, and obviously like you guys, because you've been around for a while, and actually like none of our family or friends watch our YouTube. Like we don't like publicize it, I guess. It's just kind of like our dirty little secret, except for Abby, my best friend. Hi Abby, if you're watching, don't worry, we'll tell you before we tell YouTube world. But we're excited to just kind of like move forward and start this next phase, because it's gonna be so fun. We're just really excited to parent together. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm excited, scared, nervous, but mostly excited.
Okay, so that is it for this video. We hope you enjoyed this little update, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already, so you can catch all of our updates about this whole baby making process.
Thank you guys for your support and watching us, and we'll keep you updated on our little journey.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.